Hey there, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Comic Book Geezers. I'm your host, Pete. My co-host extraordinaire over here.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Wild Billy on Comic. Thanks again for joining us for another episode of Comic Book Geezers. Another villain episode.
Yes, we're going to start doing a lot of these. So we decided to do one all on his own today because he's got such a storied history with Marvel and a bunch of heroes. We're talking about
a lot of material.
A lot of material, and we've got some good ones here to show you. So we're talking about the Kingpin.
Yes.
All right, who first appeared actually in issue number 50, but the first time on the cover was issue number 51. So there you can see him towering over Spider-Man. So again, this is a villain without any superpowers, but he's a big, solid hulk of a man.
It's all muscle, not fat.
All muscle, no fat.
And they make him look fat. They make him look like a big fat blob, but he's a big powerhouse.
He's a big wall, and he is a ultimate kind of gangster crime boss.
If I may interrupt there, he is a godfather figure.
Basically, yeah.
You know me for many years. This is the first time you ever came to me for help or confrontation of any kind.
Get it, Godfather? Get it? I tell you, I do impressions. It's about time I finally did one for you guys.
There you go. You got to drop the name.
I can tell you, it was fun to drop that. Okay.
So this is our earliest between the two of us.
Pete's collection, awesome book.
So my next one, which is one I've had in my collection for a long time, and Bill actually has the reprint over there, is number 60. A great cover.
And both of these comics were Pete's.
Yep.
I got this Marvel Tales from Pete when he finally got that one, right?
That's
or
right.
You just wanted to clean house. I forget.
Yeah, I had to clean house.
Whenever Pete gets an original Spider-Man, I usually get the Bones over here, the Marvel Tales. But this is my second oldest Marvel Tales, and it's a great cover. Man.
And see how basically the same.
They just changed the colors a little bit. This is a little bit more brighter, the Marvel Tales, and this probably came out in '72. It's a 20 center. Yeah. But still, it's the same story on the inside. Exactly. If we opened it up, it would be the same panel for panel.
Next appearance for me. So this one, I don't know if you guys remember my Mrs. Weber story from our Origin.
I do.
Show.
I was here.
So this is thanks to Mrs. Weber.
Really?
Okay.
Wow.
Another nice gift from her. This is a great one. Look at this cover. Look at how he's...
The Mrs. Weber story, for those of you who are wondering, is in Captain America, right? Because you show the Bucky. Right.
Talked about her twice, actually. Yeah, we talked about her in the Origin story and also in the Captain America.
Bucky with the Hulk.
Good memory there. So I love this cover, and this is still in good shape considering this is a really, really old book. But
this is 1966?
Yeah, at least, right? But look at how he's he's beating the crap out of Spider-Man here, got him in the death grip, but yet he's still sitting there trying to deal with the cigarette.
Don't want to drop it. He could actually stick that in Spider-Man's ear.
He could have if he wanted to, right? So Bill's got Kingpin.
More Spider-Man
showed up a lot in the mid-late 70s.
This is a multiple. I picked this because out of all my Spider-Mans, which go from 106 to 300, this is the oldest of my Spider-Mans that have the Kingpin. But if you look at the artwork, kind of cheesy.
Yeah, where's that white jacket? Come on, Kingpin's got a white jacket.
So, and his head, I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. This
is a great one.
Much better.
This is actually a great issue with I've said this before, a fantastic drag-out, knock-em-down fight between these two guys.
Yes. Issue 163.
And again, notice the cigarette holder is never leaving his lips.
If you like Spider-Man, this is a must-have issue.
It's awesome. It's
definitely great. And the story carries over into 164. Now, this looks a little bit more like the fight's over, you know?
Yeah.
This is the conclusion. And we see the word dead in there. Not good for you, Spidey. And then...
And a lot of people always said, how come the Kingpin could stick with Spider-Man? Because Spider-Man's pretty damn strong. But that just goes to show you how
he's always throwing heavy stuff at him. Look at this fight. You know, this is issue 197.
197, yeah.
40 center, probably from like 1979, maybe 1980. And the Kingpin is notorious, and he will continue to reappear in Spider-Man. Now we have...
Hobgoblin.
Yeah. And in this particular issue, they're saying the Kingpin gets involved to help save Spider-Man from the Hobgoblin. But I haven't read this in years, so I don't remember. Then he shows up again later on in 285.
The Falcon?
Yeah, Daredevil. This was called...
Daredevil the Falcon? I forget. Who is she? I forget. God.
That's not the Black Cat.
Is it? That might be.
No, they changed it. If they changed her uniform, but it has the white hair like Felicia, but the Black Cat was all in black.
Because didn't she had a thing with Peter Parker there?
Yes, she was flirty-gurdy with him all the time. I'd have to open up and take a look. Do you want to find out?
Sure. Sure.
You got your
See
glasses?
that? I do.
All right.
Glasses are always on hand.
All right. We have an unveiling. You guys are lucky. Let's see.
Pretty cool.
Oh,
The black cat says it right on the front. The black cat. Yeah, that's her.
I don't like it.
Like something's wrong with that costume.
No, just kidding. I mean, she had the white hair was a giveaway, but a little costume
A
change.
little bit different. Yeah.
I have all the black cats too, by the way, and that's why she's always in black with the white, fluffy, furry, lacy thing around her neck. So Daredevil moves over into Daredevil.
Kingpin.
The Kingpin moves over into Daredevil. Frank Miller.
Yeah, he went from being a big Spidey villain to being actually Daredevil and the Punisher's nemesis later on in the 80s.
So when other things were going on in Spider-Man, that's issue 170. This is issue 171. A great cover again.
Which is probably why Marvel has decided to make the Kingpin the villain of, like I said, Daredevil and the Punisher in the shows, as opposed to bringing him into the Spider-Man movies. But I'd love to see him in the Spider-Man
movies. He'd be great in the movies. Well, they did him in the Daredevil movie, right?
They did, yep.
But they didn't really show him being strong and throwing stuff around. It was more like the crime figure. No physical violence.
Vincent D'Onofrio did a great Kingpin on the Daredevil show.
And this is issue 172.
So that's
Bullseye.
Yeah, look at that.
And the
Kingpin, you almost don't even notice him unless you look carefully.
But it's funny how they tower him over the rest of the characters because he's the main evil force.
He's the antagonist. Yeah.
He's the main antagonist.
He's the brains behind everything that's going on.
Yeah, so they make them as small as pawns, and he's as big as the Kingpin.
Interesting how he just said that. He makes everything else pawns. So we go from there to the Punisher, and it's basically exactly everything Bill just said. Right? So he is like the puppet master. Right here you got pretty
pawns.
Cool, huh?
Very cool.
Well, again, this is the 80s, so, I don't
but
like
still a great character. And he started in Spider-Man, and he's been spreading around.
Yeah, so Spidey, Daredevil, and Punisher, that's probably the most that he appears.
There's two major characters. Punisher and Kingpin both came from Spider-Man.
That's right.
Mysterio.
Yeah.
So a lot of characters get their debut in Spider-Man.
Hey, why not, right? That was the main...
But Kingpin is when it comes to crime in the underworld, in the Marvel Universe, the Kingpin is the
Godfather, so to speak.
So I'm Wild Bill saying that concludes our Kingpin episode.
And I'm Pete. Thanks for joining us. We've got a lot of good stuff coming up. We've got
some spooky horror comic
more horror stuff.
This guy just scored like a boatload of horror comic books, and I'm ready. I can't wait. Ready. Can't wait to see that. So come back and see us again real soon. I'm Wild Bill saying thanks for being here with us.
And I'm Pete. Join us again. We'll see you. Bye.
Take care.